movie stars.
They're movie stars.
There's no question these guys are movie stars. They look like Greek gods.
Yes.
For Pete's sake. You got these guys. You're absolutely right. I mean, I would argue that probably the change happened with John McClane or even Michael Keaton as Batman.
Yes,
we had everyman action heroes, which is fine. That was the way it went. But we did kind of lose this legacy of these He-Men, of these guys who, well, of course, Clint Eastwood's going to save the day. Of course, John Wayne and Schwarzenegger and Stallone and all these huge beef jerky humans were going to save the day because who else could do it?
Right. I mean, it was happening underground in the 60s and the 70s with those pulpy grindhouse films, some of the blaxploitation films, which I love. Yeah. Love blaxploitation films. If Coffee Brown and Foxy Brown and
Original Shaft.
Oh man,
Black Belt Jones.
Cotton Comes to Harlem. Oh man, Detroit 9000. Don't get me started. We could have a whole blaxploitation segment.
We should do it.
Totally do it. But anyway, I think a lot of that is lost. And when I watch that, whenever I watch Sylvester Stallone on screen, I kind of, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, I become a kid again, or not even a kid, but like a young adult. I'm going, man, these are the guys I grew up with. This is awesome. These guys are in their 70s and they're still doing more than I could ever do. I talk on a podcast, and these guys are throwing themselves against walls and kicking each other right in the tail. You know what I mean? So, kudos to them. Support Expendables 3. It looks great. I have to say that I am a big fan of the first two. Love the first one's better than the second one, but I loved them, and I look forward to the third. So, anyway, anything else that you want to hit on that you were thinking about hitting on here, Professor Barry, that you thought interesting this week?
Two quick things.
Sure.
I love these two trailers I want to talk about. The trailer for Ridley Scott's Moses film coming out this Christmas.
The Exodus.
Yeah.
Yes. I did see the trailer myself. What were your impressions?
It looks like what we've seen before in the sense it's a very Anglo tale where everybody's speaking English or in British accents, as the case for most costume dramas. Right. But the scale is there. The storytelling looks like it's there. Even the casting, which is a little offbeat. Sigourney Weaver's in this thing. Aaron Paul, who we love, is in this thing.
Nice.
Not sure what he's going to do in that world, but nevertheless, it looks like it's going to work magnificently.
Right. Ridley Scott didn't have such a great time with his other, I don't want to say biblical epic, but historically religious epic, Kingdom of Heaven. He didn't have much success with that at the box office, as a matter of fact.
In America, at least, yeah.
Right, at least in America. Yeah. And the director's cut of it is a much better film.
I agree. Yeah.
So I'm very surprised that the studios would trust him with another epic of religious and biblical proportions in that respect. So I'm very surprised and very interested to see it. It does star Christian Bale and
Joel Egerton.
Egerton. He's was he from Australia or New Zealand?
I think he's Australian.
Is he Australian?
Yeah.
Joel Edgerton, you remember him from The Warrior.
Yeah.
Which, if you've not seen The Warrior, great film.
Yeah.
MMA-centric, but great movie nonetheless. Gavin O'Connor directed that film. So, Exodus is something that you want to see?
Very much so.
Okay, so that's on your list. That's coming out in 2015?
Oh, it's this year. Is
it this year?
Yeah, this Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And the time is right. I mean, as you know, with religious films, of which there haven't been any good ones this year.
No, there hasn't.
But I'm extremely intrigued what they're going to do with it. I know Ridley Scott and Christian Bale have openly said that they want to keep the integrity of the story intact. They said the Bible is not for sissies. They think this is really a story that bears to be told the right way.
That's right. Noah's for sissies. That's right. Noah's blasphemous. I tell you, blasphemous. Anyway, don't watch it. What else? What other trailer that interested you this week?
Annabelle, which I recommend anybody see not before they go to bed, like I did, which will keep them up all night because it's freaking creepy. Did you see this trailer?
I have not. I didn't get the chance to see it. I was too busy getting the secret code to watch the trailer for Interstellar, the new trailer.
There you go.
I was looking for it online, I was looking like a little kid. I was over there looking for the Interstellar trailer code that I was supposed to put, and I finally got it, and I watched it. But we'll get to that in a second. What is Annabelle, for those that don't know, like me?
It is the prequel to The Conjuring, and it's about the little doll that was featured in the first 10 minutes of The Conjuring.
The one that looked like a clown with all the heavy makeup?
Yes. We learn why she looks that way, where she comes from, and it's basically an origin story. The only thing about this film that's obviously going to fall short, and the trailer even kind of signals this, it's an unknown cast, save for Alfre Woodard. But otherwise, it's people we've never seen before, characters we've never seen before. It's kind of a given what's going to happen to these characters since it's a prequel, and it's a horror movie prequel, so clearly no one's going to be standing at the end of the film.
Now, of course, and having an unknown cast is great, because we don't know who's going to die.
Yes.
Now, with that in mind, is James Wan directing this?
He is producing it.
He is producing it. So he has, because he did Conjuring, he did the 2 Insidious films. So I'm assuming he's not doing this one because he was doing Fast and Furious 7?
Fast and Furious 7?
Or Fast 7, I believe?
Yeah, and I think he's also producing Insidious 3, too.
Right.
As well. Yeah.
All right. Is this is the guy who's directing this new film, Annabelle, do we know him, or is this...
Yeah, I can't remember what he's done, but he's done little films. This is like his big break.
This is his big break.
But from the trailer, I mean, the trailer shows a good deal of footage. It's not just one of those conceptual trailers.
Right.
It looks arresting, and it looks really, really creepy.
Right, and I have to say that I'm not a fan of the Insidious movies. I thought the second one, ironically, was better than the first, and I thought that Conjuring was better than I expected.
Good.
So I will check out Annabelle. I'll check out that trailer. I, on the other hand, was busy looking at the code. Or looking for the code for Interstellar, the new trailer, the new movie directed by Christopher Nolan. This is the film this is his big film after the Dark Knight trilogy. This is his escape from Escape from Batman. This stars Matthew McConaughey, and ironically enough, it stars Michael Caine and a cast of other guys from the Batman trilogy films, or the Dark Knight trilogy movies. Interstellar's new trailer looks phenomenal. Of course, if you don't know what the gist of the trailer or the movie is, we find out that Earth is no longer habitable, and we need to find someplace else to live. And Anne Hathaway, another Batman trilogy or Dark Knight trilogy alum, joins Matthew McConaughey in search for a new world. And that's essentially what we get, the essence of what we get. It doesn't look exciting in the trailers. It looks more arresting than exciting. It looks very drama-heavy. It looks like the action will be there, but it almost feels Inception-esque. So if you haven't had a chance, the new trailer is out. You have to look for the secret code. I wish I brought it with me. I think it's 7/20/1969. I think. Don't quote me because I was too busy looking for it. And I think that's the numbers in my head. That's 7201969. I think. I'm not good with numbers. So yes, Interstellar. Something you're interested in?
Oh, I can't wait. It's up there with Exodus. I've been waiting all year for this thing. I saw the teaser trailer, which I thought was very effective and interesting. And for me, I'm all about establishing a mood. I don't want to know what the story is. So I'm going to avoid these trailers as much as I can leading up to the release date. I know it's a lot of months to avoid 2.5 minutes of film that I'm probably going to see in front of every single movie I go to. But I can't wait. Christopher Nolan hasn't let me down yet.
Okay, great. He hasn't let me down either. I thought that all of the Dark Knight trilogy movies were good. Inception was great. I loved Insomnia. Of course, Memento, his first movie of note.
Yep. Prestige is my favorite.
Prestige is great.
It is.
It's great. Prestige is awesome. And that stars Batman and Wolverine.
Yeah.
So if you want to see a faux Batman Wolverine movie, check out The Prestige.
And David Bowie is Nikola Tesla.
David Bowie is Nikola Tesla.
Casting.
Great film. It is phenomenal. Prestige is great if you've not seen it before. About 2006. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, listen. Before we go, it's almost time for us to get out of here. Before we go, I want to do a little segment about what I've been doing lately, gaming. During the summer, there isn't a lot of games that come out, and I know that you haven't been keeping up as much as you should be, which you should. But something of note came out, which is a beta of a video game called Destiny. It's a new project from Bungie, who are responsible for the Halo universe, which Halo is responsible for I guess you could say, the surge in Xbox sales, Microsoft's hardware sales. So it's the reason why Xbox exists and it was so popular. Halo's the reason why. Well, they've come up with a new project called Destiny. It's an MMO, which I've been playing for the last few days that it was available. The Destiny beta I played with a couple of friends of mine online. If you have not had a chance to, see any of the previews or anything, do yourself a favor and don't read up on it because it looks phenomenal. I played the beta; it was great. Had a lot of fun with it. Had a lot of fun with friends. I'm a big gamer. Love to game. Not always great at it, but I still love it. I don't know why. I'm a guy that loves rushing in everywhere and shooting everything up.
You're one of the Expendables.
Right. That's exactly right. I'm an expendable. I don't care about strategy. All I do is carrying a big gun and blowing things away. And in Destiny, it's blowing away aliens that are taking over the world. Cool. So, yeah, I played that this weekend. Pre-order it. It looks phenomenal. It comes out in September, and it's the first big game of the fall. So summertime is not for gaming so much as far as releases. That comes September, October, and November. We'll talk more about that coming up in the next couple of months because gaming is going to be huge in the next couple of months. There are so many titles coming out and so much to keep up with. I don't think my bank account can afford everything. So Destiny beta, if you didn't have a chance to play it the last 3 days, that's okay. Or the last few days it was available. That's all right. I'll see you online sometime. Look me up. I'm Golf Tango 1 on Xbox. I have an Xbox One. It's great. So far, Destiny, great game. Do yourself a favor, pre-order it because it's going to be big. At least I think so. We had a lot of fun with it the last few days that it was available. So it's not available anymore. It was in beta form, so they took down the servers and things like that. So I wish I could get more into the in-depth about it. Offered armor and guns and things like that in a big world. So I don't want to. I wish I could get more into it, but we'll save that for next time because we have someplace to go.
We do.
Well, hopefully.
If it's not sold out, we have a place to go.
Right. If it's not sold out, what we're going to do is we're going to see the premiere of Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, if you listen to the show before or after, it should be up. We will be doing possibly an impromptu podcast about our first impressions of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
If we get in.
If we get in, all right? Maybe we should just do a podcast if we don't get in. That would be great, too. But what we're planning on doing is doing an impromptu right there, get our first impressions of it. It'll be up the next time you hear this. It'll be before, like I said, before or after you hear this. Either way, it'll be up there. You'll get our impressions of the Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the last film in Phase 2 of Marvel's three-phase features, or three-phase movie I guess you could call it trilogy.
Yeah.
So it's even though there's
plan, whatever it is,
whatever you want to call it, master plan to take over the movie universe. That's what they're doing.
That's probably exactly what it is.
Yeah, exactly what it is. So Guardians of the Galaxy, really quick overview. It is directed by James Gunn, the man who I think is a very underrated director. One of my favorite films that he's done is Slither. Love Slither.
It's a fun movie.
It's more than fun. It's phenomenal. Love it, love it, love it. Stars Nathan Fillion. Every geek loves Nathan Fillion. They matter of fact, they wanted him to play Star-Lord, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But Guardians of the Galaxy stars Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, the voices of Vin Diesel reprising his role as the Iron Giant in tree form, and Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon. So don't know much of the story, which is good. I'm glad they kept that under wraps. I'm glad I haven't heard too much about it, but all the previews look like it's going to be exciting and fun. Matter of fact, I've read a couple of reviews that say it is just as good as the Avengers.
Wow.
Yeah. So, you excited about this?
I am. I'm trying to temper my expectations because the word of mouth has been so good. So good. Right. So I'm trying to lower my expectations a little bit so I can be surprised. But
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Guardians of the Galaxy coming out this weekend. If you do see it this weekend, please drop us a line. You can follow us at NerdWatch Nation. That's our Twitter account. Where can they reach you, Professor Barry?
What is it? It's Barry at MauiWatch.com.
Barry at MauiWatch.com. You can reach me at gmoney808 at MauiWatch.com. You can follow us on our Facebook page, which is MauiWatch.com. We are affiliated with them as well. We're the NerdWatch Nation. You can check them out over there. That Facebook page, 31,000 likes and counting. So check it out. We offer lifestyle on the islands. You want to know what the island's like? We tell you. And it's a lot of fun. Check it out, MauiWatch on Facebook, our Facebook page, and at MauiWatch.com as well. Our podcast will be up there too, so please check them out at MauiWatch.com. Follow us on Twitter. I'm going to give you the account, by the way. I'm going to give you so you can start doing a little twittering.
Okay.
So, because I'm getting too old and social media kind of escapes me, so I'm going to need a little help. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it has been great that we've wrapped up another week of the NerdWatch Nation. Next week, we'll talk more in depth about Guardians of the Galaxy. We'll talk about what's coming up the next time we meet, which will be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's right.
So we've got a lot of stuff to cover still. We're almost at the beginning of a new school year. the kids are going back to school. Yeah. Most parents are so excited, and so am I. Sick of seeing these punk kids on my front lawn. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, people, we are out of here.
You really are one of the Expendables, my friend.
Yeah, you can follow us at the NerdWatch Nation. You can even follow me on Facebook. You can look me up as well. MauiWatch.com is where to find us most all the time, as a matter of fact. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, anything you want to end with before we leave? Before we get out of here?
Mahalo and have a good weekend.
All right, until next time,